He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates-in-law.
Hello, Mr. Tim.
Tom.
How we doing?
Well.
You know, me too.
Good.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So.
There's a crazy guy literally look at that, standing on our windowsill.
You know what's... You know, I was walking up and I heard that guy talking to himself for like probably 3 to 4 minutes straight, and I was like, God, he would absolutely crush on a pod.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you wouldn't have to take notes throughout the week getting ready for a pod.
No,
he's just off the dome. He's like,
ending.
I could go for an hour.
Yeah, just stream of consciousness. Well, he's got like a lifetime of trauma in his brain that's just fully coming out of his mouth right
I
now.
overheard a little bit of what he was saying earlier, and it was a lot of revenge talk.
Oh, somebody fucked him over.
Yeah.
Who
Which,
was it?
you know what's crazy? That's kind of a recurring theme with the ranters out there.
That somebody got him?
Yeah, just wait till
I'm back on my...
Yeah.
Wait till I get everything going.
Yeah.
And then it's you'll see.
Yeah.
It's a lot of you'll see.
You'll see then. Which is horrifying. Because I don't want them to, see me and think I'm the you'll see person.
Yeah, but you kind of have to really love the confidence. Like, we struggle with enough confidence things as it is, but imagine if you were digging through the trash and still had the energy of like, wait till I'm back.
Right, yeah.
Wait till I'm back on top.
That's true.
I mean, you kind of got to respect that.
I mean, I feel like living in New York is kind of like a metaphor for digging through the trash and just being delusional enough to think you're going to find something.
I mean, I'll get off stage on after a pretty good set, and I'm like, I'm a piece of shit. Everybody hates me. I'm gonna hide in the bathroom until everybody's gone. This guy's knee deep in trash.
And he's like, yeah, I'm about to get mine.
I got the juice.
Yeah.
Like literally, he's got some V8 juice in his hand.
Oh, I had a run in with a streetwalker recently.
I believe they're the houseless.
The unhoused.
The unhoused. That's what it is.
Yes.
I guess houseless is the same problem as homeless.
But I think that was also tossed out there because I think the idea is like, well, no, New York is their home, but they just don't have a house, a physical house.
Okay, I don't really understand the logic of unhoused.
Well, by that logic, I've been houseless my entire life.
But I don't think I've ever had a house. I've had a room. I've got a half bedroom, half podcast studio. You got a curtained off area.
Pretty good.
No,
this looks like a studio in here.
It is. It does look good.
Doesn't the mounted TV kind of make it look more official, even though that TV will probably never get turned on?
Well, you also got the stuff going on where it's like the
the
what
wavelengths.
The wavelengths. Yeah. Where it kind of looks like somebody at the end of their life is flatlining, but it does look official.
Beep.
Yeah.
Yeah. If those lines go flat, we're bombing.
That's 100% true.
Don't let it happen. But
tough look is that they are flat right now.
They're not very dramatic. I wish they were more dramatic.
I need these.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, that was me moving my hands really fast.
Yeah, he's going up and down like a sine graph.
Tom, what the hell you been up to? I haven't seen your fat ass in a full week.
Well, first I'd like to say we're not roommates and we're not in-laws.
Friends, though.
Good friends.
A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are stopping us on the street and saying, wait.
Yeah, people do stop us.
You guys are friends, right?
Well, they walk by us and they see us walking together and they go, all right, first off, I'm getting a little bit of a podcast co-host vibe from you guys.
Sure.
And I go, nailed it, because that's first and foremost.
Duh, huge.
And then they go, but could you also be friends?
Well, no. The one that I get a lot is like, it's got to be brothers-in-law.
Oh, yeah.
And then I go, no. And they go, well, at least roommates.
Believe it or not.
And I'm like,
also no.
No, but you are getting closer.
And we have acted those roles incredibly well before.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I could see why people would get confused, but it does typically land on good friends, and that's where we're like, bingo.
You nailed it.
By the way, maybe tune into the pod every Thursday at 9 a.m.
And it's most Thursdays. Actually, midnight EST.
98% Thursdays.
Every once in a while, I fall asleep while it's uploading, and then it comes out at about 11 a.
That's
Thursdays.
fine as long as it's sub noon.
And sometimes it's post noon.
Sometimes it's post noon, and that's also okay.
No, we've only had a couple of those, and that's typically when something's gone horribly wrong. Like me and Tim accidentally had a great time and stayed out in Chicago till 3 a.m.
Oh, did we? We actually did record that night. We did the right thing.
Yeah, but there's no way it was ever going to come out.
No, it shouldn't have come out.
Yeah.
We were really spouting quite a bit of nonsense.
We recorded it, and then I was like, yeah, I'll just spend 2 hours editing it and producing it and putting it out. at 5 in the morning. No.
I was like, I'm gonna hit the sack
I got work in 45
I'm like
minutes.
pooped right now. Yeah, that one was. I'm pretty glad that one didn't come out. That was one of those ones where
It's
you're
lost.
like, everything I'm saying is genius. This is all hilarious.
There's pretty much
most of it
nonsense.
was just. It's like those movies where it's like what you think is happening versus what actually happened.
Yeah.
And it's me kind of solving
What
all
we-
of the world's problems.
What we think is happening is Captain Jack Sparrow escaping on the Black Pearl. And then what's actually happening is us referencing a ton of local Chicago comedians that you don't know.
It was just us crashing a Miata into the side of into the side of like a Wiener Schnitzel. It was a tough pod, but we tried. You got to give us an A for effort at least.
I'll take one.
Right?
Would love one.
Tom, I've come around.
On?
I'm a woods guy.
Oh my God, I'm dying to hear about this.
What? Why is it? Why are you being sarcastic?
I'm just a little skeptical because
you're a woods guy. You should be like, this
I know,
is huge news.
and you have. I am happy.
It doesn't sound like
but
that reaction is not. That was not happiness, Tom.
No, it's pettiness.
Of course, and condescension.
What
both
do you
of
think
those.
is? I'm trying not to be condescending, which is condescending in itself.
I'll try not to be condescending in a conversation with you. Great. Cool energy, Tom.
No, I mean about the woods.
I looked right into the camera when I said that.
I know.
Hey guys, great energy from Tom.
It feels kind of good to look into the camera once
I'll try
in a
not to
while.
be a condescending prick. So yeah, tell me about this revelation you had.
No, it's not a revelation I had.
No, that was me doing an impression of you.
I'm like,
now I'm being
You're having the...
Yeah.
Can we
Actually,
start
Tim,
over?
you're
We'll be right
having the
back, you guys.
Hey, Tim, the word you're looking for is epiphany, okay? Jesus
God
Christ.
damn it.
No,
No,
you
I've
know
been a
this.
big
I've been a
woods
beach
cat
guy.
for a while. I know, and every time I bring up the woods, you're kind of like, yeah.
I will say I don't think I've ever been dismissive. I think I've always been cautiously optimistic.
Yeah. And I mean, I brought you there, and you slept till 4.
That's not true.
3.
Give me 1.
P?
Yeah.
It was well past 1 P.
No, 4?
Yeah, because
I
you
would
got
never
up,
hit a
you got
4P.
up for a brief brunch, and then went straight back to bed.
Oh, then what you're describing is a nap, Tom.
Yeah, but I don't think it counts as a nap if your time awake wasn't greater than the nap. You know?
Okay, that's a fair point.
I've never really thought that through, but I think that is why.
Like
I'm
I
not
can't
considering
wake
it.
up
You can't
for
wake
an
up-
hour and then hit a 3-hour nap and call it a nap.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
because now
that's
you
just...
the nap was honestly the time you were awake.
True.
You awake nap.
I guess the food was just kind of a fever dream. Sorry, we stayed out till 9 a.m. the night before.
True.
And y'all were like, hey, you want to go catch no fish at 6 a.m.? And I was like, no. I'm going to sit here and lick my wounds.
Wait, did you not come out on the boat with us?
I did. I went out one time.
Yeah, yeah.
We weren't even close.
And then you didn't go out the second day.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, and I was hitting the right spots. Zzz, right along the where the little grass comes out of the water. I was like, for sure, there's a big mouth waiting for that one. No.
It does. The second day, I believe I was the only one who caught fish, and that is a tough look as the guide.
Right. Well, I mean, no one thinks you planted the fish.
I know, but it's just kind of like, are you not good at teaching us? You know?
Well, what are you supposed to do? You get a little something on the hook and you hand it off to
No,
Jeff?
you can't do that.
You can reel it
that's
in.
Cause for what if I did that to you on no?
You
sleep?
kind of that does sound like something you would do.
No, I wouldn't.
Hey, you go ahead and reel this one in, Tim.
I would only do it if you deserved it.
Yeah, I'd push you right off the boat and drive that thing right into a Wiener Schnitzel. Drive that boat into the Schnitzel.
A Wiener Schnitzel?
Yeah, are you familiar with a Wiener Schnitzel?
I don't think so.
Oh, buddy.
Like a Wienermobile?
No, the Wiener Schnitzel. It's a little restaurant, and they serve chili cheese dogs, chili cheese fries. Some of the worst diarrhea you've ever had in your life.
Well, because it's named after the German food, but it's like primarily hot dogs.
Pretty
like
much.
they don't even do the brats.
They'll probably be brought around, but
Okay,
they
but
had
it's,
one.
It's kind of a hot dog of a brat.
Pretty much, yeah. They had
Yeah.
one right at the north gates of LSU, so we would go there. It stayed open all night, so we'd cruise our fat asses in there when we were looking up.
Yeah.
Get about 39 dir dogs and get out of there.
Wow, a dir dog.
Mm-hmm.
What does it stand for?
We just called them dir dogs. Place is called... it's because it's called Der Wiener Schnitzel,
Oh, der Wiener Schnitzel.
so we called them dir dogs.
Big German influence in Louisiana?
Absolutely none,
Yeah,
no.
I didn't think so. Mostly French, right?
Yeah, mostly French and Spanish, and
Yeah.
then they just dropped the Der Wiener Schnitzels there.
Well, good for the Wiener Schnitzels family.
Anywho, so we didn't
Anyways.
catch any fish.
Yeah,
we
but-
wanted to cook them. Couldn't
So,
do it.
but we're going back to that same place in a couple weeks, and I'm excited for you to experience the woods now that you're a woodsman.
I'm a woods guy now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm getting hiking boots.
Really?
I was jonesing for. Well, so I was just in the woods, folks.
Yeah, this is what sparked it.
I didn't just like look up woods on Google. And be like, I gotta get in there.
Watch the doc.
Damn, dude. I watched Grizzly Man. I was like, other than him getting mauled by that huge bear, is pretty sick.
I think I'm a woods guy now.
We were in the woods in Saranac Lake, New York, upstate New York, about 5 hours out of the city. We went for a hike. You know, Jeff, our good friend, Jeef Asmus, he knew what this hike was, apparently, and didn't let me or Vath know. It was
Is
not.
that a good thing, though? Because would you guys have bailed?
I don't think I would have bailed. I would have liked maybe to know what I was getting my little buns into.
Was it pretty egregious or pretty
aggressive?
Not egregious. Yeah, aggressive.
The word you're looking for is aggressive, Tom. Egregious is a totally different thing.
Tell me more about your little epiphany, Tim.
I'm surprised you know what epiphany means.
Oh my God.
Is this the energy we're gonna have now? We're at energy. We're at minute 10.
Mm-hmm. And I'm talking directly to camera right now, folks. I'm going for the throat the rest of this episode.
Oh, don't do me like that. Tom Petty has been awoken.
I wish we had the Tom Petty button.
We got to get that.
Yeah. Tom is Petty, but like Thomas Petty.
Yes.
Know? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Spelled like Thomas, but it's just with an I instead of an A.
Is that confusing for folks?
I don't think so.
Thomas Petty?
No.
Thomas with an I. Tom is Petty. I think just Tom is Petty.
Well, I guess that makes sense because it's not Thomas Petty.
Right.
It is Tom Petty.
Yeah.
Boy, that'd be crazy. He would not be Tom Petty if he tried to come out
Thomas
as Thomas
Petty?
Petty.
Thomas Petty was my father.
It sounds like a guy that would just like write those little like pamphlets back in the Civil War.
Yes, a letter from Thomas Petty to the front. I don't know why I'm framing it like a biblical letter.
Wait, who is the Thomas Paine? Yeah, he wrote
that's why. That's
sense.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. So Jeff didn't warn us about this hike. It was really. I've been trying to tell people. I came home. I told Liz. I was like, it was really hard. She was like, great. I was like, no.
No one feels bad for a tough hike. I know what you mean.
It was really hard.
I know, but it just doesn't.
And I'm still not getting what I need from this hike.
No,
it was really hard, Tom.
I'm sure it was.
God, we were like, I was scared for, I would say, genuine fear 3 or 4 times.
Wow.
We had to like scamper over this like soaking wet rock that we could have just fallen for days and days. We had to climb literally straight vertical up a rock.
But at least it's like 3 world-class athletes doing it.
In the prime of our lives.
Yeah.
Dude, by the end of it, both of them, Vath and Jeff, were both like, damn, dude, my knee's acting up really bad. And I was like, oh, damn, do you guys like re-aggravate something? And they're like, no.
Uh-huh.
Just no injury.
Yeah.
My lower back was absolutely barking. It was a tough look.
I wish you got a couple videos of you guys at the top.
Huffing and puffing.
It would have been fun.
You start on the little hike and everybody's riffing.
Oh, vibes are so good.
Dude, an hour and 10 minutes in, I mean, we went through large swaths of this walk where we didn't look at each other or say
talking,
a word.
Yeah.
It was game time.
It gets a little bit like, hey, shut up.
Shut up. I'm not looking for it. But like nobody was riffing. That was like, no one even had it in them to be like, well, what if we... Everybody was dialed in. All we were doing was looking for a flat area where we could stop and eat a piece of cheese. Dude, we were wiped. It was wild.
Tell me about the snacks on this hike. What were you munching on?
We went salami. We went cheese.
Yeah.
We went obviously water, Gatorade, Nanner, some apples.
No tortillas with like hummus?
No.
That's been one on Jeff and I's recently. That was a hot tip. I think it was Jenna Gephardt, maybe.
Hit it with the
tortillas, hummus, and red peppers chopped up in there.
Love a red pepper. I would say tortillas and hummus would leave me wanting to chug water. And I didn't ration my water well.
Oh, that's a tough one too. You start looking at it after you take you're 40 minutes in, you take a big gulp, and then you're like, oop, that was half of it.
I was chugging, and then I'm out, and now I'm just kind of doing the thing where you're kind of looking at your buddy's water bottle, and you're like, damn. So you got a bunch left.
That looks good, honestly.
Kind of just going like, making it known your mouth is really dry and you're super tired. Hoping just a little something.
Oh,
but dude, it was wild. So we get to the
there.
top. We're kind of like, a little squirrely. Our brains aren't all the way dialed in. We take we zig when we should have zagged. We literally end up like on the edge of a mountain. Like our backs are to the edge of it, and we're just on like this little ledge. 1 foot in front of us is certain death.
Right.
And we're just kind of standing there. And we're like,
I don't think this is the right way.
This would be crazy if the general public had access to this part of this mountain.
And so you turn around at this point. You don't try to power through.
Well, Jeff was like, "Wow, I think we just gotta go that way," and I was like kind of deferring to the outdoorsman. Thank God.
Calling Jeff the outdoorsman is also
of us three
generous. Sure, yeah.
He was the outdoorsman of us three. That, thank God, his survival instincts kicked in. He was like, "Absolutely not. There's no chance that's the way we need to go.
Good.
We should not have."
Tyler Horvath, everybody, check him out. He deserves it.
I mean, he saved our. You would be looking for a co-host right now.
Well, here's the thing: if somebody was like, "Hey, Tim, Jeff, and Vath were on this hike, and Jeff was leading," and I was like, "Wait, did they fall off?" They'd be like, "Yeah." I'd be like, "Yeah."
Yeah. Before you even end, they fall off a mountain.
They fell off the side, didn't they? It's kind of hard to do. I bet they did it, though.
I mean, it would literally be like those little ducklings when they're like, one of them finally jumps and then they all just jump off.
You're watching Jeff and you're like, he did say that was the way.
He's just pretty hard on that rock. But I don't know, I guess.
It's like when Michael Scott turns into the river or into the lake.
Turn right.
Yeah. No.
Right. But so Jeff just like finds this footing and like kind of crawls up a rock.
Yeah.
And then you see, like, oh, this is where we should have been.
Okay.
Because then we know that because there's literal spray-painted arrows of where we should have been. Amazing. So we crawl up that thing, and then it's a whole different... But
then beautiful at the top?
I mean, unbelievable. But, I mean, it was a Category 1 hurricane up there. There was 50-mile-an-hour winds.
Wait, was it really a hurricane warning?
No, but it was windy as hell.
In Saranac Lake? There were some water spouts going on in the lake.
But people did warn us, and you mountain people, to cut you a little slack.
I'm not a mountain person.
To lake people, everyone going up and down this mountain, they all had a snarky little thing to say.
What were they saying? What were they throwing out?
But it was like under the guise of being like Rift City.
What was it?
Well, Vath had white shoes on, and as we're walking up, lady was like, "White shoes on the mountain." And we're like, it was like 4 or 5 ladies.
Dead man walking.
Pretty much. And
that's awesome.
She's like riff, and then the lady at the very end of their line, as she's coming up to me, she goes, "Her son wears white shoes on the mountain."
Oh, this was an argument they got in the car, and then they, of course, they get out there
like this. This is
so
crazy
funny.
as hell. And then they would, we kept being like, everyone we would see, like, so how much further do we have? And it was always like, well, you're closer now than when you started.
Yeah.
And I was like, gimme.
Only way to go is up. No, we could jump off the side of this thing and end it right now.
I did toss a couple of riffs I probably shouldn't have.
Nice shirt.
Well, no, there were some kids, like, with their parents. And they kept being, people were like, how you guys doing? I was like, oh, you're about to find 3 dead bodies on this mountain. And the kids were like, Mom.
Oh, I'm about to put a gun in my mouth. Hey, kids, you want a snack?
Literally. And then, like, even people at the grocery store were just tossing horrible riffs at us.
Oh, I like a grocery store riff.
No, but it was always like, yeah, you fucking moron. It always kind of had that.
What were you guys doing in the G store?
Absolutely nothing at all. Buying groceries, supporting a small business. I don't know what the problem was.
Was this a Stop and Shop?
Shopco? Not sure what it was. Some local. It was all pretty local.
Yeah.
Gotta love it, though. I mean, it was a pretty beautiful place. But all of that to say, I mean, the hike was
so far
incredible.
you sound miserable. I don't know when did you come around to being a woods guy?
Kind of the whole time. I mean, it's a night. I haven't been, like, physically challenged.
Like you accomplished a physical challenge.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
that's
physically
good.
Or really mentally. Like, there were parts of that thing where it's like, I gotta really dial in here.
Yeah.
Or I'm in a lot of trouble. Like a lot.
Yeah.
And then you got your friends with you, so you're like, I can't
embarrass myself in front of Vath.
I mean, if I wiener schnitzel out of this thing, that's gonna be a tough
God.
look.
I can't dirt dog out of this thing.
Come on, dude. But you get to the top. Jeff's standing up for reasons I still don't understand. The wind was so.
Oh, were you guys like staying low to the ground?
Oh, brother, I was hunkered.
I really want some footage of this.
I was fully laying down.
You army crawling to the top of this.
Literally, I was like on the top of this thing. It was kind of amazing because like you're kind of on the edge and you're laying down. The wind's hitting you really hard. You're just looking out onto God's creation. It was pretty amazing. Vath didn't make it to the peak.
He wiener schnitzeled.
He kind of dogged out.
No.
I've never seen somebody
No.
hike for 2.5 hours and not go the last 30 yards.
Wow.
Wild
That's
move.
how scary it was at the top.
It was pretty scary. And like the last guy did
He's also from
actually
Florida.
give us. I'm from Louisiana. There was a guy at the very, because everyone was like, oh, it's blah, 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 blah. The guy was like, wind is pretty strong up there.
Also,
You're going to want to hunker down.
you should have brought black shoes, too.
Seriously, white shoes. Interesting.
White shoes plus wind. Yeah, you guys are going to fall off the
You're
side.
going to die for sure.
Yeah.
We almost did die, though.
I like the idea of someone walking by and being like, host feature, who's hosting, who's featuring,
White
headlining.
shoes, you got to be going up early in the lineup. That's crazy. Hoka's, it's like a little bit better. You're probably hitting the feet. Okay. Actual wood shoes, you're headlining.
You're headlining, huh, Jeff?
And then so we come back down the mountain, which is a whole nother like
Hiking
problem
down
in
it.
and of itself.
Yeah, it hurts the knees.
Well, it's a mental challenge.
Tell me more.
Going up, physical challenge.
Sure.
Going down, you're really calculating your steps a lot more on the way down.
Oh, yeah, you're head down the entire time.
Head down, because
yeah.
you miscalculate the step, you might tumble for
yeah.
several
For the
yards.
rest of it.
Yeah.
You get down quicker.
You're kind of just hoping for a tree to break your fall.
Mm-hmm.
So that was scary. A whole nother scary.
And also, did anyone have one of those little slips on the way down where the rock gets a little loose?
Tons.
And that's
Tons.
a moment where you want to be. When it's you're like, hey, I'm fine.
No, it's
that
like
was
good.
not actually close to anything.
Yep.
But it always sounds like someone's
Sounds
about
bad.
to go 40 yards down the
Well, you hear
mountain.
that like,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh,
Uh-oh.
and you got to go, no, we're good.
We're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Finally get back down. We decide to go all the way across the street, 0.6 miles in the other direction. Big lake, huge lake, just us three, little tiny beach. We were able to walk like 300 yards out into the water. And it was
Oh,
still
there
like
we
up to
go.
our nips. And it was just us three for like as far as the eye could see. And the water was just like glass. It was like kind of.
That's when you became a woods guy.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking
It
about.
was kind of amazing.
Yeah, lakes are undefeated.
We just kind of sat there in silence for like 15 minutes and just soaked it in.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
That's beautiful.
And then I ended it with just a huge riff out of that silence.
What'd you say?
Well, it's kind of a long, I'll tell you, off. You join the Patreon for the riff.
Okay. That's patreon.com/Durdogs.
Riffcity.com.
We'll send you a Durdog for free in the mail.
It's just, that's how you know the pod's getting a little better. It used to just be plain hot dog.
I know, but we had to ever since Wiener Schnitzel started sponsoring the pod, we had to switch to their company brand, you know?
Yeah. And
I will say, I do need to start sending some of these out, though. I have 5,000 Durdogs under my bed right now, and it just is getting
that's not as bad. I have all the chili under my bed. It's disgusting.
You still have it? Yeah, we should have kept that in a container.
It's literally a 50-gallon drum of chili under my bed.
It's just gross.
And it's kind of starting to age and rot.
I got to get back on my chili game this fall.
Didn't that give you like insane diarrhea and you put on 100 pounds?
Yeah.
Maybe take it easy on the chili.
Right before a marathon?
Carbo loading.
Yeah.
But anywho, yeah. So I was just thinking, it's like the woods. It is actually like you are appreciating nature a lot more. It's quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You see beautiful things.
Disconnect a little bit. Everything
Beach.
feels a little less important.
Yes, I didn't hear a car honk. I didn't hear anything. Beach. There's 1,000 people on the beach.
Yeah.
Just a different vibe.
Oh, I've never felt like I was in nature on the beach.
Well, sure.
You know, I get that, like, if you're in the ocean, it's like, sure, it's nature, kind of.
But you are kind of like, is there a shark in here?
Yeah, lake,
Is there a shark?
no threat.
What is in a lake? Just a fish?
Fish. There's, like, almost nothing that would ever hurt you in a lake. The
Snake?
biggest threat, maybe, not up here. There's no, like, poisonous snakes. The biggest threat is, like, if you stepped on a snapping turtle in, like, the muck, but they're in very specific areas, and they would see you coming. Like,
And
that's
bail.
been a threat my whole life in our lake in
But they probably
Minnesota.
bail.
I've never seen it happen or
Okay.
even heard of it happening.
I was about to say, because
That was just something I was told as a
that
kid.
doesn't sound like a cute thing.
No. I mean, it would hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably bite your foot off.
They could probably get your toe off. But I've never heard of it happening. As a kid, I was like told to be afraid of that.
Yeah, I've never really seen a turtle go at the people.
Mm-mm. I've caught them though, and they are gnarly.
Fuck that.
About this
Absolutely
big.
not.
I'll see if we can find one in a couple weeks when we're up
Don't
there.
want to. Hey, look, I'm still dipping my toe into the water of a lake guy.
It might get bitten off.
Tom,
Uh-huh.
the hell.
Yeah.
Anywho, yeah,
Uh,
lake guy Tim now.
Good. I'm glad you're there.
This is good. I gotta get some. I want high top hiking.
Oh yeah,
boots.
this is why I was laughing though when you brought it up. It was because you texted me out of the blue and you said, "Are there any good trails where we're going in a couple weeks?" Which is just such a non-Tim. I've never just like it was so out of the blue.
Sorry, I guess I'll evolve with someone else.
And
Tom.
then-
Sorry, I'll just become more of a person with a different
but then
friend.
then you said that and I go, I don't know why I'm finding that so funny, but yeah, there's trails in the woods, whatever. And then we were talking on the phone the other day, and you were like, "Hey, are there any trails where we're going?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, Tim."
I'm like jonesing for a trail, Tom. I got to get my buns into these woods again.
And then right after we talked, I was watching something on YouTube. I immediately got an ad for some All Trails app. I was like, I got to send this to Tim. We got to get a sponsor for the pod.
It is. You know what? I was a little disappointed. Didn't see any wildlife. Not a bear. Not a black bear. No cougars. Not a little fox. Not even deer. Where the hell are all those guys?
I don't know. You don't want to see a cougar.
Wouldn't mind seeing a deer.
Deer would be fun. We'll see deer up north.
Okay.
And we should see them.
What is like the fear of the woods? Like a grizzly bear.
Grizzly
Probably
bears.
not. Grizzlies are in there.
No, not a. We have black bears.
Oh, but you can kind of scare those away. Pretty
Yeah, they're
easily,
giant
right?
raccoons.
Right.
They're
Okay.
scared of you.
Okay, good.
Um,
Grizzly bear will tear your head clean off.
yeah,
They're pissed.
Mhm.
And they're big.
and they're grizzly.
And they're grizzlies as hell.
It's accurately named. Do you imagine how confident? Can you imagine how confident you'd be if you were named Grizzly Bear?
I like the idea of somebody like, what'd you see out there? And it's like, this thing was
It
grizzly.
was grizzly as hell. Was it one of those black bears? No, this was grizzlier.
No, this was a big grizzly one. Pretty pissed.
Should we just call it brown bear? No, it was, like you're not You're not hearing
No.
me. It was grizzly.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It was brown,
Yeah,
but it was grizzly as hell at the same time.
it was super grizzly.
What you got over there, Tom?
Well, I told you I had a run-in with a homeless person, with an unhoused.
Right.
This is a new situation for me. I get back. I've been driving around the city. By the way, having a car in New York, way less stressful than everyone's making it sound.
I feel like you're going to eat those words in the next 3 months because those are like kind of famous last words.
God, I know. As I was saying it, I was like, why?
I've heard
why am I
several
admitting
people
this?
say that, and then they're like, yeah, I dropped my car off at my parents' place.
Well, I think I am still going to keep it at my sister's place in Long Island, but I thought it was going to be like, because when I had it in Williamsburg last time I was here, I found a street spot and I didn't move it for 2 months because I
Sure.
was like,
Why would you?
I'll go out of my way to take any other form of transportation.
Yep.
Because I don't want to find a spot. But out here it's not bad. And in Manhattan at night,
Easy cheesy?
no one's parking on the streets.
Where are they all going?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, we've seen this. We've seen the famous last words of actually having a car in the city is not too bad. Oopsies, it's towed. I
Yes.
can't get it out of the lot for the next 9 months because of my emissions tests.
I don't know. I've driven. Yeah, that's true. We did hear that horror story.
Literally famous last words.
Yeah, I maybe should just stop talking about it. But
I think so.
Yeah, I've been driving to the cellar the past few nights, and there's parking around there, and that also is where that car got towed. Fuck.
Yeah.
But you know, you just gotta read the signs.
Oh, boy. I'm loving this confidence right now.
It says it.
Just we did that with the
No,
other car.
I was right in front of a fire hydrant.
And you didn't say anything?
Nah,
It
it wasn't my car,
See, here's what I envision happening.
and I've never gotten.
Is you're
emissions
never
test,
gonna
by the
have
way.
like an issue. You're not gonna have an issue for like 3 months. You're gonna be in a bit of a tight spot. You're gonna go, this will be fine.
Yeah.
This spot will be fine.
Mm.
And then they're gonna tow it to Atlanta.
And I'll get out there, and you'll be standing right there.
Mhm.
I called it in.
Yeah.
Told you it'd be famous last words.
You're like, wait,
Tim,
you work
what
for this
the
tow
hell,
company now?
man? It's kind of freelance. They throw me $50. This one's going all the way to Atlanta, by the way.
Yeah, I start and quit on the same day I get your car. I'm like, well, that's kind of all I needed.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.
Appreciate you.
All right, so you're carring around the city.
No, but anyways, I get back late last night, and it was like 1:30, and I'm like, I gotta grab a sparkling water, maybe some Cheez-Its.
Sure, duh.
Stroll down 2 blocks to the bodega. Couple people hanging outside. I say, hey, can I have a cigarette? All this stuff. I'm like, I don't have.
Bumming a cig.
Look at me. I
2A?
don't have a cigarette.
This is incredible. Who are you?
Well, no, I'm not.
Oh, they asked you for a cig. I was like, what the hell happened to you? You're bumming a cig at 2A?
I'm walking down to Knickerbocker Avenue to ask a person who lives on that street corner for a cigarette.
Man, my brain just literally flipped upside down.
You didn't react harshly enough for that.
Well,
if
I'm
I'm
like-
ever doing that, I want you to be like, hey,
man, hey, can we just turn the camera off real quick? We gotta have a quick chat.
No, they're like, hey, will you buy me cigarettes or something? And I kind of ignore them. And there's this one lady who like looked at me kind of with like a piercing stare and didn't say anything. And then I walk in,
Kind of like casting a spell on you, energy.
big time,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like looking down and up, you know?
Sure.
Like, yeah, very horror movie-ish.
Yeah.
Now I get to I grab a little sparkling water out of the fridge. I turn, she's standing right behind me in the store. I've never had someone follow me into the store before.
I really, really, really don't like that. Also, it's like that like creepiness where you didn't even hear it.
Dude, not at all. It was
Yeah.
fully like, ha!
Yeah,
Like she must have come in the same door open as me.
Yeah, she's the Mr. Deeds butler.
Yes. Oh my God. I am very, very sneaky. So,
Yeah.
dude, it was so I like jump scared a little bit, and she goes, "Will you buy me something to drink or not?" And I was like, "Oh!" And the fucking cashier again very rarely will assign zero behavior to someone who's making hourly money.
Oh, no.
He's got headphones in. He's watching something on his phone, and he looks over at us and he goes, "Hey, you can't be in here." To her, very half-assed. She doesn't look at him once.
She doesn't clock that at all.
Now I'm like, all right, I was gonna get like some chips too, but now I can't.
Now you got to kind of pat your pockets and be like, "Oh, I left
I'm
my
like,
wallet.
sorry, I don't,
left my wallet in Atlanta when I had to get my car
So
out."
my friend Tim, he's kind of mad that I said having a car was
He worked
easy.
part time there just to get
Hey, can you please help me, sir?
I'm gonna get what's funny is that like I would imagine in your like rule following head, you were kind of like, "Well, did you hear him?" Like, lady.
Yeah, I was like, you're not gonna listen to him?
Yeah, like he just said you can't be in here.
Hey, you're gonna get in big trouble if you don't leave.
He'll call the cops that'll show up 3.5 hours from now.
And
You'll obviously be gone somewhere else.
and I'll have been stabbed with a needle. I mean, dude, because it's like,
Did you break?
I feel so bad. I don't even know what breaking looked like. I ignored her for a second
Big.
because I was so scared. I was so like shocked.
Well, here's what I'm envisioning because some of these bodegas pretty small. Were you?
Yeah.
Did you have to like go sideways around her in this
So
aisle to get away
she
from
was
her?
blocking the path to the thing, so I went
This
around the thing, and she followed me.
Like cut you off or followed you?
Followed me, like a foot behind me. I really thought she was gonna grab me, and I was like, God, am I gonna have to like fight a homeless lady?
Yeah. All I wanted was a cig.
I had just asked for a cigarette. I would have been okay with the one she had in her mouth. I wanted to drag. Yeah, and I get up because now I'm like, I really do want this sparkling water though. It's parched.
Yeah.
Then I get because all these cigarettes I've been bumming, and I get up to the counter, and this guy's just fucking useless.
Of course.
I'm like, this is your store. You gotta.
He's not helping
You
you
gotta
out.
stand your ground a little bit, my
He's
guy.
not helping you out.
Come on.
No chance.
This is his store.
You're like, hey, I'm buying things.
Yeah, I was gonna buy more, but now
I'm not just
getting
creeping people out.
I'm getting hunted in here.
Yeah, not good.
And she's like, "You buy me something. You buy me something. You're not gonna buy me anything." And I'm like, the second I don't want to open this.
This whole interaction.
Yeah. So then I like quick like Apple Pay for the water.
Right.
And then she goes, fucking fine, and walks out. And she looked at me before she walked out with such a dejected, sad, I've lost hope in humanity look that now I'm just standing there being like,
Should have bought her something.
I should have bought her something. I'm just getting a sparkling water.
Yeah.
Like,
I just got paid to talk about how my dick's weird.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not even that weird.
Small isn't weird.
No.
It's just small.
It's just smaller than most people.
Than what people would prefer.
Yeah.
And that's not really your or her problem.
No, and whether or not people deserve to watch me do that, and whether or not I deserve to get paid for that, I don't know. I guess that's just up to God. But I did have this moment where I was like, God, I truly didn't treat her like a human because I was like so scared.
Let me give you the flip side of this, Tom.
Yeah.
So the first time Lizzie and I came here, there was a homeless guy kind of doing the same thing, and I thought, you know what, this is fucked up that nobody's helping this guy out. I'm gonna help this guy out.
Yeah.
I said, you know what, come on in, man, get whatever you need. He shows up to the counter with about $190 worth of stuff. And then
You can't say get whatever you need. They're like, all right, I need it. I need everything.
well, I didn't know.
I have nothing, Tim.
No. He like shows up. I'm like, I can't co-sign this lease.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like,
He's like, here's it. I actually found a pretty good deal on a Corolla, 2013, certified pre-owned.
he's like, look, it's like it is over 200,000 miles, but they're highway miles.
And I only need it clunking around this neighborhood, so
Well,
it'll
he's
be
like,
fun.
no, I only do it on the highway. I would never have a car in the city. It's insane to have a car in the city.
I'm gonna keep it at my sister's in Long Island.
But like, I didn't know to be like, keep it under 10 clams. For
Yeah.
some reason, I thought he would just like be polite. He literally showed up. It was literally like realistically like $43 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So I buy it because I
Yeah.
can't be like, well, no to the
Do you really need the Pop-Tarts?
right. I can't be like, well, I mean, the frosted coverd's a little much, dude. And then here's the worst part: he puts it all into a bag, doesn't say a word to me,
Right.
walks right out. I check out with the little stuff I'm getting. He's jumping in an Uber when I walk outside.
Oh, my God.
So that's where I was like, kind of like, fuck this city. I'm not helping anybody out after this.
That's hilarious.
So she may have gotten your ass good. It's also hard to decide when do I help and when do I not help because literally everybody in the city needs help.
I know. It was such an isolated experience, and I've never had someone like follow me around like that. Usually it's so dark to say, but usually it's like you're just, they're not even clocking you as a full human.
And vice versa.
And vice versa, yeah. Until they're standing 6 inches behind you going, you can buy me something to drink or not?
Yeah, I mean, they're just like a tumbleweed of a Jewel Osco bag floating by in our eyes.
Tim said it.
Which is horrible.
No, I see them all as a beautiful human.
False.
So I'm standing there, I'm going, and I was honestly so mad at this guy because I was like, all right, you either gotta like be on her side or
hey, buy
be
her some
against
shit.
her. Or yeah, I mean just like, but just saying like hey, you can't be in here,
right?
Like is so dismissive and not helpful.
It is a nothing thing to say.
Yeah, and he's like, well, I tried to help him, so if he gets stabbed over there, it's fine.
Hey, cops, I don't know. I said something.
I mean, the open sores on her neck are haunting me. Right now.
I mean, she's clearly.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, so then I'm checking out and I'm putting my wallet back in my pocket and I realize I have like $15 in my pocket, cash, and I was like, I should have just given this to her. So I walk out and I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I feel bad. And I give her the cash, and she just goes, wow, thank you so much.
Ah, shit.
And I was like, yes, let's go.
Thank
I
you
can sleep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but then a guy walked up and was like talking to her, like he was very familiar, and he was like very well dressed, like seemed a lot more.
Yeah, they jumped in an Uber,
and then I was kind of like, wait a second, do you have like other help?
Yeah,
I thought I was your hero.
Give me 8 of that back, actually.
I am gonna get some Cheez-Its now. On second thought.
I did a thing,
but I still felt bad. This is a point of my story. I still felt bad that I just gave her the cash because I was like, I could have just bought her what she wanted to drink.
But here's the thing: what are you supposed to do in this life, Tom? Like, you can't make decisions for this person's life.
I don't know. And if I gave $15 out every night, I'd lose all of my profit.
Well, that's like the thing of like, if I gave money to every homeless person, I'd be a homeless person.
Yeah.
You just can't give
that a
money
thing?
to
Is that a
everybody.
saying?
That was a joke I was trying for a little while, and it was like fine.
It's just kind of like a logical statement.
You know that old saying that I tried as a joke for a little while and it didn't work out that well, so I ditched it. And now I just pretend that it's like a thing everybody says.
Pretend Bezos said it.
Bezos, I mean, if I pay all of my workers, then I'd be a worker at some point.
I'd have to get a job.
I don't think you did anything wrong there. I mean,
I don't.
There's too many of these opportunities where you're like, I can't have a moral crisis every time I see one.
Right.
You got to keep it moving.
Yeah. I guess I've just never. I've had more aggressive people come up to me. Never the follow and just like the deep stare into my soul.
Yeah, that one's
horrifying.
creepy. Have you ever seen Ernest Scared Stupid? Probably not. Well, my big thing was there's a lady in there that seems like she would look like that lady.
Okay.
So there's that reference.
Yeah. Is it a scary movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it checks out. checks out the vibe. And also in my memory now, the lights in the bodega were flickering. They weren't, but yeah, it was. Yeah.
Was it? How about this? Did she seem like a scarier pigeon lady from Home Alone?
Younger.
Huh. That
She was
bums
probably
me
like
out.
35.
Ah.
Yeah.
With the sores.
Yeah.
Brits.
And really stringy hair, kind of like what's the
Ring.
yeah the
Yes. Crawling out of the TV. She
Yeah.
just crawled out of the cooler.
ring. She kind of.
Crawled out of the...
And then it's like I turn around, she's gone, and like the door to the back is flapping open. I'm like, where the hell was she?
Yes, I like that a lot. That does scare me.
But you know,
I gotta tell you about I just got my hair did.
again,
It's always
it's every 3 weeks.
6.
6 weeks. It's every 6 weeks now.
3 was what I was pushing in Chicago, and
Right.
that was just bordering on irresponsible.
It was just irresponsible. You're throwing money away. If you got your hair cut every 3 weeks, you'd have to.
I'd be
you know,
I'd
a
have
barber.
To cut I'd have to start cutting people's hair. You know that old saying. But I'm always having issues with getting my hair did, and I go in, and the last guy that did it, this is the evolution of memes guy.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't go to him.
You're switching up again?
Well, my guy.
Man, you are a slut
This
in
is
these
what
barbers.
it like blows Lizzie's
Well,
mind.
you
that I do
can't go to
this.
the same place and go to someone else.
Not finding a new place to go.
It's so rude.
No, it's not.
This is so rude.
No, it's not at all.
Yes, it is.
It isn't, Tom. I went to this guy one time.
If
I
you
don't
like
owe him my life.
dated a bartender, you wouldn't then
This
go
is
back to the
different.
same
I'm not
bar and
fucking
fuck a
the
different
guy-
bartender.
I'm not fucking the guy that cuts my hair.
You're fucking him over. I'll say that.
Hey, he was lucky. I give him all a good tip. He was lucky he got anything
Oh,
out of me.
don't give him the "you're lucky I ever went to you."
is.
He should be so lucky to cut the
He
silver
is.
locks of Tim Smith.
He is. So, Tom, I go back. I'm not going to Evolution of Memes because he honestly kind of flubbed the haircut. I walked out of there and I was like, I am writing down Evolution of Meme because it's funny. We'll never go back. Sorry, Julio. You did a great job.
If you're gonna be funny, you do have to nail the haircut.
You do have to
too.
nail the haircut.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So I went, but he was right next to me with the new guy that I was getting my haircut from now.
You just keep looking over at him and winking.
No, the whole time as I was telling this guy how to fix the fucked up haircut I got from the time
Oh,
before.
this is so mean, dude.
I didn't do it on purpose, Tom.
Yeah, my ex used to do this thing that I loved in bed, and this thing that I hated too.
Well, my guy Noah only works on the weekends, and I've been gone a lot of weekends. So now I'm just kind of cobbling together different people to cut my dang hair.
Guy, you got a team.
I got a whole
You
team
got a
of guys.
You got a hair and makeup team.
I'm sorry. I mean, this guy absolutely flubbed it last time. AJ this time did a pretty good job. I'll still go back to Noah when I can, but it was tough.
Is Noah not memes guy?
No.
So now you will have gone to 3 people at this same place.
4. I ditched
Oh
one
my
guy I went to
God.
for like 8 months, and then he started texting me, and I never went back to him. But
He's still there.
he is, but I do check his schedule to make sure he won't be there.
This is diabolical. You're running out of space here. This is again another the world's getting small, Jack Sparrow, okay?
It is getting
There's
a little
no
small
there's,
over there.
There's
Sorry.
no more room for pirates out there.
Black Rabbit Barbershop's getting a little familiar.
You're a real town bike over
I know.
at
This
Black
guy's like, oh, look
Rabbit.
at this fucking slut walking in. Here he comes, everyone.
Oh, let's see who decides to smooch today.
I mean, I'm sorry. If you flub,
you're
you're
a
out.
whore.
But I mean, the first guy, and we've talked about this. I was going to him. He started giving me great haircuts, and then he gets a little familiar, and then the haircuts they start getting shorter and shorter and shorter. A 34-minute haircut's now an 18-minute haircut, and I'm walking out. I'm going, this kind of looks like poo.
Oh, so he's not just getting better at doing your hair. He's just getting lazy.
He's getting lazier. It's turning into more conversation than haircutting. I'm going, hey, brother, I'm not here for the conversation. I got a podcast for that.
Come on.
So yeah, I have gone to 5
I could try
different guys
cutting your
at
hair.
the same place. No, can't do that. Try.
My room is already half podcast studio. We could open a little salon.
we could
down
get a
here.
little barber thing going in
Yeah.
here. Actually, no, I can't do that. I can't.
I was like, ooh, might have them.
Can't do that.
Might have one on the hook.
I can't. I can't do that. I just need. I need a guy. I went
Do
to
you
a
go
guy,
scissors?
on the sides and on the top. But then this stuff you just zzz,
Yeah. How do you fuck that up?
Tom, that's a great question.
So it's like I feel like you could probably find someone at a different salon or barbershop.
I refuse.
Yeah, there's a few around you.
No, not really. Here's the problem: is
There's
they're
one
all
I walked to in Ridgewood.
Which
but
one?
It was a full Puerto Rican one.
yeah, they're all Mexican guys,
But no, it was Puerto Rican.
Spanish guys.
Spanish. They're all from España.
They're from they're. I don't think I should go there.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I kind of I was just ignorant to it and didn't read any reviews, and I walk in and I'm like the only white person in there getting my haircut.
Well, they also look at you.
They
like,
look at
no.
Yeah, this is you're the wrong fit, but it was fun.
This isn't the place for
she,
you.
She called it out immediately too. She was like, "I don't cut a lot of white people's hair."
See?
And I was like, "Hell yeah!"
And you're like, oh, so this would be a great cut.
No, she's gonna try really hard because she's like, "This is your hike."
I know, but I'm not there for somebody trying really hard. I
I
need
like
an
it.
old grizzled vet.
Yeah.
Somebody that can just bippity boppity boo, and I walk out of there going, "Hey, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk about the evolution." That guy's still. I think about him a lot. The evolution.
He thinks
of
about
memes.
you too.
Well, no, he saw me the other day.
They don't realize when you go in there, they're all falling in love with a stripper.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I
They
think I
go,
just got a new client. I'm like,
this guy's probably gonna come to me for life, and you're
Brother,
like, I don't even remember your name.
I won't even look at you next. I didn't
not gonna
say
save
hey
you in
to
my
him.
phone.
I didn't say hey to him or
Yeah.
make eye contact.
You're in my phone as Barber. What's the rock shop?
Rock shop.
What's it called?
Black Rabbit.
Black Rabbit. Black Rabbit Barber 3.
Yeah, do
Kind of
not-
hot.
Liked me a ton. Paying his way
Clingy.
through medical school right now.
Supporting his family of 5. Don't go back.
Wait, no, I'm the stripper, so I'm paying my way
Oh yeah,
through.
comedy.
No, I'm gonna say
School.
I'm getting my what's the
GED.
No, come on, Tom. Jesus Christ. Have a little more respect than that. Getting my psychology degree.
Oh, there we
That's
go.
typically the thing.
For strippers?
I think so. I think they're all kind of getting
know.
their or they're getting a degree in like social work. Or
I think I would like to be friends with a stripper.
I think so too. But I want to ask the
I
hard
really
question.
Exactly, but I don't want to be the guy
pun
that just asks a Jesus.
Come on. That's why I whispered that one. I was like, this isn't good, but I'm going to say it.
It's already coming out. All I can do is try to damper it a little bit.
No pun.
Oh, man.
But I want to be like, what? How many people think you actually like them?
Yes, I would like to talk about that. I would like to talk about how it would be like I'd like to be friends with a stripper at like a cool ass strip club in like a nice area.
Like in Vegas?
Yeah, not
The ones
like
that make like 130 grand a year.
Exactly. Not like a pro. Not because I don't really want to just make someone revel in their decisions.
Yeah, you don't want the sadness of it.
Right. I just want to use them for the cool parts of it.
Yes. I want to be a good guy about this whole thing.
Yeah. I want to seem like I'm morally correct.
Man, I don't know.
Can I throw a scenario by you from last night and see if I'm being too dramatic?
Pretty please.
So, new Alien movie just came out.
Like as in like Aliens versus
Alien.
Predator?
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of alien. Sigourney Weaver alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alien Romulus
Okay.
just came out. I like that series.
Okay.
And it's in theaters, and Tuesdays at Regal, it's half off.
Love that.
So I'm finishing up spots. Last night, I text the girlfriend. I go, let's go see Alien, 11:15, Regal. She's like, for sure. We go see movies on Tuesdays a lot. We show up, get tickets, popping in. It's 11:05, go to the concession stand. We're waiting in line. Guy's like, hey, concessions are closed. And I was like, oh, are the ones upstairs open? He's like, no, all concessions are closed at 11. And I was like, movie doesn't start till 11:15. He's like, yeah, it's closed. And the line just disperses, and we walk away, and I stop her. I'm like, wait a second. This is fucked up, right?
Wait, to who? The worker or the girlfriend?
To the girlfriend, I go, what? Wait a second.
This
Are
is
we
no
just
good.
going to accept this?
Okay.
Can't get popcorn?
Hmm.
The movie doesn't start till 11:15. There's also another movie at like 11:30. I'm like, there's just no way this is true. They just close concessions?
Well, I mean, it's like when the kitchen closes, but the bar's still open.
But there's the bar's still open.
Well,
There's
yeah, the
nothing.
movie's still open.
I know, but there's nothing. You can't get anything.
I mean, you could probably survive without the popcorn, right?
I was so livid
Oh.
It's half the experience of going to a movie. A bar kitchen situation is not a perfect analogy. It's good.
It's a great
good.
analogy.
It was a quick one.
It's kind of the only analogy that makes sense.
But people are going. There's not an expectation that every bar you go to also has food the whole time. There is an expectation that every movie theater you go to has concessions.
I think I would accept it. I mean, you're going to an 11 show. I think I would accept that.
I thought this was a city that never sleeps.
That is not true. This city almost constantly is sleeping. I think post-COVID, this city's pretty sleepy.
It never really woke up from the nap.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's not the same at all. Like, Lizzie and I was sometimes like, let's get some lunch, and nothing opens until like 3.
I do hate that.
And I'm like, this is driving me bad.
But then they
I
can't
want a Wiener
close
Schnitzel.
concessions at 11 if they don't open till 3.
Now that I'll give you.
Yeah.
But I think I would be more understanding if it's an 11 whatever show, and they're like, hey, like the 17-year-old that works here does have to go home.
Well, so I go. We round the corner. We're going into the theater. I go. I'm going back. I'm sorry. This is gonna ruin my night. I'm going back.
Woo! We got a diva alert.
So
over
I
here.
go back. Yes.
Woo!
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if you heard. I just told people about my smaller than average wiener for 20 minutes. So I go back to the counter, and it's a different person up there. I go, hey, can I really not get anything? And they go, no, you can get popcorn or a drink or candy or whatever.
So everything's open.
And I was like, oh, what can't? Well, the lady wanted ice cream. I go, what about the ice cream? They go, we did lock the coolers.
And that's fair. That's you're
And
going
I'm
to
like,
McDonald's, but
okay, all right, I'll accept
McFlurry's
that. So I'm like,
machine shut
so
down.
I can get popcorn. And they're like, yeah.
Should have made that clear.
And I'm like, well, what? He just said they were all closed. And she's like, yeah, he was trying to close down early. And I'm like, all right, this is a little bit, again, I don't want to give zero energy to, but
I don't love it.
you can't just lie. Like he wasn't like, I'm trying to close up. He said it's closed at 11.
Yeah.
And it was 11:03.
I mean, I don't love it. Also, like, I don't know I don't know where he wins.
I don't know. I'm guessing maybe if they like clean up, because there's like 4 people working back there, one person gets to leave early. So who's ever been on the longest?
But I mean, he could just be like, yeah, like, you know, maybe the popcorn and the ice cream is shut down, but you can still get like what are they called? Like a snow cap. You
Yeah.
can still get the Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I would have taken anything.
Everything shut down, though. Can you imagine how livid you would have been if you would have just taken that at face value and then see somebody walk into the theater 10 minutes after with a big thing of popcorn?
I would have lost my shit. I would have. Where the fuck did you get that popcorn?
Did you tell me you brought that from home?
Middle of the movie.
I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
I was so mad, dude.
I mean, I don't know if I'm going to waste my anger on something like that, but I mean, I guess I could see it.
I guess I was mad. I was so I can't go to the movies without popcorn.
You're a big concession
I could
guy.
eat 4 meals before I show up there. I'm still eating a full bag of popcorn.
I'm not mad at that. There is something kind of like therapeutic
Yes, it's
about
so
mindlessly
comforting. I want to go back there right now thinking about
shoving it in your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what the big bummer of the popcorn is at the movie? Is when you get halfway through and the butter's all gone. Now you're just eating the dry corn.
I actually don't really do the buttery topping.
Oh.
Here's why.
Oh. Well, you don't want to get it all over your wiener when you stick your wiener in the popcorn? That whole deal?
God, I've really taught you all my tricks. You know them all.
God,
It's
if
really
I was
hard with the
single.
bag because the bag doesn't maintain shape as well as the bucket, you know? No, the one time I was at this movie theater that had like all black lights in the lobby, which is kind of a wild move.
Kind of exciting.
Yeah, but I was putting the butter in the bag, like the buttery topping out of like the machine,
Uh-huh.
and the color that it was coming out as was like purpley.
Oh, I get you.
And I was like, I literally thought it was I thought it was like caramel or something, or like something fucked up. And I like had to take a step back, and I looked at it, and then I just let it run for a second because I thought maybe it was dirty or.
Right.
And that's how it was coming out. I tried the other ones, and that was the color of it under black lights.
Kind of fitting for Alien.
Yeah, but I haven't been able to go back to it since.
Love the buttery.
Yeah.
You got to
But
toss.
it's not butter.
Well, of course not. It's not even
I
popcorn.
can't believe it's not butter.
I mean, it is gross, and it is sludge and ooze.
Yeah, once I saw that, it is delicious though. Oh, it's got a
Decent
great
little taste to it, though. Kind of when you go too much, and then the popcorn gets all
Dry.
No.
Oh.
When it gets a little too, what word am I looking for?
Wet.
Soggy.
Soggy. Yuck. Oh, you're really loading it on.
So I've been known to really overdo it.
And you try to mix it a little bit, but you
It is
can't.
fun.
No, because they really fill it up. So you're like, you can't really. You almost need a second bucket.
It's like mixing a drink.
Yeah, give me a popcorn mixer. That's a brilliant business idea that has probably no profit
The
margin.
popcorn. Actually, let's cut this part out of the podcast. We do need to trademark
We need to
that.
secure the IP first. A little popcorn shaker over the
Popcorn
shoulder.
shaker isn't bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a little butter in that?
Would
Yeah,
love
give me
some.
some popcorn shaken, not stirred.
Yeah, shaking. Come
Fat
on.
James Bond. That's
on
fun.
the rocks. I don't know what that means. Neat. Take the popcorn neat. It's no butter.
Popcorn neat is just not popped. It's all the kernels.
It's kind of a classier look.
I don't know. How was the movie? I haven't been to. I don't think I've been to a movie since before COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
I love going to the movies.
So do I.
I for someone who's horrible at watching movies, I like going. I think that's why.
That's the big experience.
I'm kind of unable to watch a movie at home.
Mm.
I have severe attention deficit disorder and a addiction to my phone.
Tom, it's getting to be an issue
For me?
for me.
Oh, I was like, damn, are you about to like call me
And I
out?
was like, I'm glad you brought that up, Tom.
Yeah, everyone come on in.
Curtain swing open. Just the homeless lady. I'm like, well, how did you get in here?
She's like, I'm worried about him.
I couldn't get his attention the other night at the bodega. He's
He
staring at
handed
his
me
phone.
cash. I just told him to stay off his phone. I don't know why.
Dude, I have found this is the other reason why I think I might be a woods guy.
Yeah.
There was a 5-hour stretch where I didn't think about my phone.
And you know what's so fucked up is you still have service, you have full internet,
Mm-hmm.
but being out there makes you feel more physically disconnected.
Yeah.
So you do kind of stop looking at the phone as much.
Well, I didn't feel the need to look at the phone,
Yeah.
which was amazing.
Yeah, you're finding joy elsewhere.
Well, I'm also fighting for my life.
Yeah.
It's like, do I want to look at my phone if I'm in a
Right.
fist fight with Mike Tyson? It's like, probably not.
No.
I'm not like, oh, I wonder
Oh,
what
that-
Instagram's got cooking
Sorry,
right now.
wait. I had it. Sorry, I posted a clip too. Take one right in the face.
Oh, Tom, did I tell you about this fucking... I never feel like... Have you ever negotiated and felt like you won?
No.
Right?
I felt like I've like kind of got one over on some people, but
Yeah.
I've never.
Is that a
fully
win, though? I guess
won.
that is a win.
I felt like I've gotten away before, like after like in car mechanics and stuff. I'm like I got out of that one without
but
getting
you got out
fully
alive.
ripped off.
Yeah,
But I didn't
yeah.
like win.
You don't know if you got out, like,
that
unscathed.
guy's not licking his wounds.
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess the point, I think I heard somebody say, like, if you're in a negotiation and both sides don't feel good, then it was probably a good negotiation.
Right.
I always feel like, we're like dealing with like people, booking you and blah, blah.
Mhm.
It's like a corporate thing.
Yeah.
And it's one that I've done before.
Yeah.
And they hit me up again to go back. So I'm like,
Guess
I'm
what?
like,
The rate has gone up.
rate's gone up.
Yeah.
You want Timmy to come back? You're going to have to come. And I send them the new, immediately, they're just like, yeah. I sent the new rate where I thought, like, here we go.
They
They're
might
like-
have to move some assets around to cover Timmy for the corporate party this year.
And she was like, sure.
She said, "Yeah, of course. I
I
don't
was
even
like-
remember how much we paid you last year. But wasn't it more than this?"
I lowballed myself.
Yeah. Fuck.
But it was
I mean,
just-
no, it always feels like that. If someone says yes right away, you're like, no.
Well, so how much? Well, how about this number?
Okay. So you agreed at. This is how I negotiate. I get you to agree at a low thing, and then we slowly move up.
And then after you send me the contract, I say, actually, curveball, price tripled.
It's double, triple.
And I'm like, oh, fuck. It just shows like what a difference money is. It just felt like, boy, that made me feel like a poor idiot.
Right, and it sucks because you're sweating over like asking for a couple extra clams.
A couple extra clams.
From a multi-million-dollar corporation.
They didn't even know I was there last year.
Yeah.
I was just a guy they threw food at.
Yeah. They're like, I thought that guy worked for the catering company. We're paying him separate. All right, whatever.
They're like, yeah, man, we could definitely do that number if you're just willing to like serve some apps and some drinks before and after. That'd be great.
Remind me, what was your name again?
But I just felt like, because I was like stressing out about like, oh,
I
if
know,
send
we
this,
talked about it.
and then they say fuck you, and then I'm just out of this thing for no reason.
I know, because that is the thing. Is like
don't wanna
that's
push
where
it
they
too
have
hard.
you. Is like we need this still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have walked some people before.
With a too high number?
Yeah.
I did that one. It was just an
I
insane
just
number,
did
though.
it. Yeah.
I tossed it, but man, I got some pretty bad advice.
Yeah, I know who it was from, and I know the number. And looking back, I'm like, yeah, none of us really knew what we were doing at that time, huh?
They were just kind of like, yeah, we're gonna go a different direction on this.
And you're like, what?
do you mean?
I regularly do 8 at the Laugh
What are you
Factory.
talking about? I just featured at Comedy on Stage. It's actually where you saw me. You're gonna give me 10 grand?
It was 10 grand, wasn't
It was
it?
an insane ask. The
God.
email they sent back did feel like, lol.
They were like, hey, buddy, check yourself.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
We saw the 20.
It was good, all right? But I assume that was your best stuff, and
Yeah.
we need 40 out of
I
you.
don't know if it was 500 a minute 20. I don't know if it was that. I just always assume that it's like The Office. Like, if you don't use it, you lose it. So, like, they have to spend this money within, like, a fiscal year.
It is true, but they could get, a magician or whatever.
I mean, for 10 G's, they could get
Yeah.
a lot of other people than me.
We never really talked about it, but I had emailed them right after that and said, I'll do it for
Do it for
2K.
They were like, that all of you guys aren't as good as you think you are.
You're like, weren't you hosting for it?
Oh, great. We get the host for 8.
Awesome.
don't
Oh, God.
know.
Yeah, I
I
have
just-
been dying to know what my coworkers do for a living.
I just never feel good. I always feel like I'm fucking myself over or
Yeah, it
somehow getting fucked over. But it's a win.
That's all we can do. It's
a
just,
win.
Yeah, you're getting paid to do this.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just getting paid to go out there and literally just be me.
Yeah, because those corporate ones are not, you're not throwing new. You're not trying anything. You're going, let me go in. It's a heist. You go in, you're like, I got to just survive in there for an hour, and then they're going to give me a large amount of money.
And then I leave and I say thank you so much. And then the whole way home I go, probably could have got more.
Yeah. If you're lucky, the CEO will ask you to take a picture of him and his wife.
Yeah.
That happened to me.
Of him is so brutal.
It's so brutal. After bombing at world-famous Talia Hall in Chicago for 30 minutes.
Oh, it's a big venue.
Opening for, God, who is the band? What's the song? Retrograde? Or not Retrograde. Yeah. And I said, Renegade. And I said, hey.
Is that,
hey,
is
hey,
that
hey.
like XXX
Live it. Oh,
or something?
Ex-Ambassadors.
Yes,
yeah, you're
yes,
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was when I opened for them, bombed for 30. CEO asked me to take a picture of him and his wife, and then I left. It was a dark ride home.
That is a real calculated dick move.
Well, he didn't even clock it. He wasn't even in the room when I was up there.
What, so he thought you were a random guy?
Yeah, maybe thought I worked there or something. It was tough.
That hurts a lot.
And then I
'Cause
missed,
you were going
and then I was doing the
I guess it
late
wasn't
show
that bad.
at Zany's, and I missed my spot. I was like, God, this check cannot hit soon enough.
What's tough is like, so in your head you bombed, but there is always the other voice going like, maybe it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And then the CEO's like, hey man, can you get a, and you're like, okay, I mean,
100%.
he must want a photo, so it
Yeah.
couldn't have been that bad. Can you get a photo of me and my wife, hands you the camera?
Yeah.
Now it's even worse than you thought it was.
Yep.
Heartbreaking
Also,
stuff.
the event planner who booked me, I walk off stage, she's immediately like, holy shit, I'm so sorry. She's like, do you want to go get a drink? I'm like, uh-huh.
That was brutal. Boy, you really made 30 feel like 100 there.
Yeah, she's like, I thought they were going to pay attention. I was like, well, you were wrong
You were
because there was no
incorrect.
intro. So
Also, no one's sitting down.
remember how I said we should try to get everyone in the same room?
God.
And then she saw the CEO do the picture thing, and she was just like, God, this sucks.
That hurt so bad. Was the money decent though?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
And
then
I was in town anyways, and it was just an extra
You
few.
gotta. That's
Yeah.
a win. You got to take that W.
All right. Well, I think we can wrap this bad boy up. This comes out tomorrow.
Hey,
Oh,
folks, you will not see me in Boston this week.
no.
Boston's canceled.
Two weekends in a row for the roommates-in-law get
Don't
canceled.
worry, it was last minute.
Canceled a full week after canceling on me. I don't love that.
Tom.
I don't love it.
Tom.
It's time we start cracking some skulls out here, Tim.
The boy was none too thrilled about that. But hey, folks, I'll be in Milwaukee
The key.
the week, not this weekend, but next weekend. The Laughing Tea.
Milwaukee in
Walking
Memphis,
Milwaukee.
I was trying to think of like a
Yeah,
walkie,
something.
walkie-talkie,
Walking.
Milwaukee talkies.
Milwaukee and Tucky.
Yeah, there we go.
Get a ticket, Laughing Tap, the end of the month, 30th, 31st. Come on out. We're going to have a gay old time. I got Luke Newman hitting the feet.
There we go.
Good friend. Great brain.
Nooms. I
That
will
sounds like
be.
he sucks my dick. He has a great brain.
No, he gives a pretty mean blowjob.
He has a really fun, unique brain.
Blowjob.
Yeah.
He just has a weird spin on it.
Yeah. He kind of does his own little thing.
It's his little twist.
Really makes me come fast.
And laugh. I will be in LA this weekend for Don't Tell Comedy, doing a little taping. I'm excited about that. Nervous, haven't planned it at all. And then
Do all that new stuff. you've been working on.
Minneapolis. Yeah, it's been missing. Then Minneapolis, September 6th and 7th. Fargo, the 13th, 14th. New York with Best Selling. Boston with Best Selling. And Vermont and Phoenix and Chicago.
Bingo.
It's all on Punch Up Live / Tommy Brennan.
Bye.
Bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together.